I don't want to say this was the best episode so far, but I feel like this might be up there as the best episode so far.
I would agree with you. When the episode finished, I was like, wait, what? It can't finish yet. It moved so quickly. It felt like 5 minutes.
Yeah, the pacing was really, really good for this episode. It went by like a flash. There were only a couple of scenes which I thought could have been done better. But en masse, the action was bang, the acting was good, the story was there. And I'm telling you, the best show in the MCU Disney Plus era so far. It is by a country mile. Hawkeye is #1.
Yeah.
It's shocking to say. People would say, nah, you're talking rubbish. I'm telling you, this is the best show they've produced so far.
He'd be correct.
I know I'm correct. I just wanted the verification, the validation, but I know we're correct. Hey, NarendraTheComic again!
Nonsense!
Yes, and right now we're going to be doing our Hawkeye episode 3 reaction review, whatever you might call it. And I'll tell you, good episode, good shit. I like what they're doing with the show. I hope now the second half of the show doesn't go to shit.
We're still left with a lot of questions. I need them to be answered. I need this to come to like a full conclusion. Maybe have a small cliffhanger at the end for a season 2.
Maybe.
I don't want to be left, oh no, there are all these unanswered questions, all these loose threads. I want all the answers. I want more action. This episode really epitofied why this show is better than all the other Disney Plus shows.
Why is that?
I think it's honestly the pacing. The pacing for every episode yet has been really, really good. It's been seamless going from character to character. I've noticed that the introductions are really long and normally exposition, and then they cut to the title screen and then it's moving on with the episode.
Yeah.
That is a formula that seemingly works
For this
really
show
well.
specifically, I'll tell you, the action in this episode, it was almost MCU film level.
Yeah, guys, it was so explosive. These trick arrows, every time she pulled a new one, we were like, what could it be? What could it be? They were all over the place. There was the purple goop.
Yeah.
There was the exploding one, classic. And then they pulled out this glowing blue one. But I was like, wait a minute, did that say pin?
Yeah, it seemed like it said it when it was zoomed out and not in focus, and then it did say it.
And it turned into this massive arrow.
It turned into a giant javelin, actually.
Yeah, it was crazy. And that just adds the layers of spice that entices the audience even more and throws back into the general MCU kind of lore and everything that's been going on for the past 10 years.
I think this is the way to do it.
Yeah.
This is the way to bring in the other stuff from the MCU without making it feel like it's super reliant on it. It's doing a really good job at that. It's not making you feel like certain films and certain shows where it's heavily leaning on the fact it's in the MCU and making that a huge sticking point for the show or the film. This one's saying we're part of the MCU, it's what it is, and these things have affected this world in this show.
Yeah. And even if you're not a big MCU fan, I feel like you could watch this and enjoy it at face value with really minimal knowledge.
Compared to the other MCU Disney Plus shows, yes. This is the one that I feel I could get our parents to watch.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, this is fun.
They would
This is
enjoy
interesting. They wouldn't watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
No.
They wouldn't watch Loki, and they wouldn't watch WandaVision.
No.
But I feel this one
could.
they might bang it on at Christmas.
And they would more than just watch it. We'd end up at the end being like, so what did you enjoy? And they'd list off the things because it's actually so fun to be involved with.
It's just the banter back and forth between the two main characters. They just have it. If you can get those sparks on screen, you're already set up for success.
Yeah, and guys, the scenes between them were so electric. And even in this episode where, spoilers, Hawkeye loses his hearing aid at one point and he's not even listening. But the rapport that they have in the way that they were communicating was a really large part of this episode and the theme. It was so perfect between the two of them. And there was even this very emotional scene between them when Kate was trying to help Hawkeye communicate with his son. And it just added to their relationship and where it's going towards. This sort of teacher mentorship that's happening. I'm here for it,
And I think
guys.
he's kind of in on the mentorship. Bit by bit, he's liking her a bit more. And I think that's a good thing for the MCU because I don't want this show to go the way of slapping the OG character, the grandfathered in character, grandmothered in character, whatever you want to say. Slapping them around the face and being like, you're not the lead anymore. You don't get the screen time. And I feel other than episode 1 where they were introducing her, they've done a really good job at blending the two characters and making sure they have a good rapport and it doesn't feel like someone's usurping someone.
Yeah.
Whereas with the way it seemed like a lot of other stories were being written in the MCU, there seemed like a bit of a pushing someone down the pecking order type of vibe. But this one, not so much. Along with all that stuff, all right, most importantly with this episode, was that Wilson Fisk?
Boys!
Was it Vincent D'Onofrio?
Honestly, that chuckle, I think it was. I turned to
big
Bea.
fat man in a big suit. That was a big hand.
Else. Oh, it really did sound like him.
Yeah.
I just need it. I want them to do it. You can't keep teasing it. If it happens, I'm having a feeling it's going to happen in the last episode. We're going to finally see the big boss. And that's just going to be it. And everyone's going to go crazy.
But what's the resolution once he gets shown? What is it? Is it that he gets away? I'm sure that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Hawkeye's going to fight him, Kate's going to fight him, or it's going to be him on a computer screen at the end of it.
No.
Something silly like that. It could be.
No, I don't want a computer screen. I want him.
I know you want him, but you might not get him.
Ugh.
That might be it. He's the mob boss for a reason. He's not going to be in the places you think he's going to be.
Yeah, but if Maya is like his pseudo-daughter...
I don't think she is. I think that they're doing it so that was actually her dad who got killed by Ronan. But the Tracksuit Mafia are an organization who run underneath Wilson Fisk.
Yeah.
So her being in charge is her being in charge of the Tracksuit Mafia, who are led by Wilson Fisk under his umbrella, you know, shenanigans company, underground company in New York, who's essentially in charge of the criminals. So I think that's what they're doing with it. She clearly has more of a positive relationship with him than I feel a lot of other characters will do because of her past and how long he's known her for. But Wilson Fisk, he's a bit of a savage.
Yeah, it's kind of cutthroat. That's the business he's in, right? So you kind of get a pass. But look,
that would be huge. That would be huge.
I need it.
The chase scene as well in this episode was great.
It was really good. I would say that the action scene between Hawkeye and Maya wasn't as good as the multi-action scene between Kate, the Tracksuit Mafia, and him.
Yeah, definitely.
That one just seemed more seamless.
It was only a minute or two long, but I don't think it gave enough to her characterization. While they gave a good introduction to her, I don't think she was really allowed to express herself properly in the episode, and I don't think they did the best job in that fight scene. Maybe it's just the way it was handled. Maybe it's that's the way that she fights and that's what it is. But I don't think it was that well done compared to the other fight scenes in the episode. But like I said, probably the best episode so far.
Yeah.
Maybe the shortest episode so far. But the pacing was great. Everything was chef's kisses. What do we do? And I just hope that the show improves and doesn't get worse. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, what's gonna happen? Kingpin gonna come after you. You don't want that. He might be in this, he might not, but you do not want him coming after you. Do they want that?
No.
You really don't, so just subscribe anyway to avoid that. I've been NarendraTheComic.
I've been on Sensei.
She's been on Sensei. You have been great, and we'll see you next time. That's tomorrow. If you don't know, make a video every single day. Been doing it every day for over 1,000 days now. We ain't stopping till we get to 10,000 subscribers. So do subscribe, pop back again tomorrow for some more quality shitty content, because we're hashtag never not here, just how it goes. Also bring the pakwas. Pakwas means nonsense in Punjabi. We also bring that. Bring a lot, bring a little, do a lot, do a little, but we do indeed bring the quality shitty content on a daily basis. So see you tomorrow. More of the same, slightly different, but essentially the very same. Once more, see you then. Skadoosh.